Welcome to the O.A.I files. Two federal agents, Helen Celeste, a believer of the unknown, and Graham Harper, a man of science, are both dispatched by the Office of Anomalous Investigations to uncover the truth behind the impossible. But sometimes, that truth fights back. This week, we're joined by special guest Robert Schut. This is a story of conspiracy, cosmic horror, and the thin, crackling veil that we call reality. This is the O.A.I. So to start, we have the morning sun rising over the Silicon Valley. You have this hazy light across sprawling campuses of some of the world's most powerful tech companies, towering glass facades and sleek minimalist architecture rising from carefully manicured lawns. Each building is purely a monument to the promise and the mystery of the digital age. As the agents pull into the parking lot of Nexus Minds Incorporated, they're greeted by a building that looks as imposing as it does welcoming. A sleek, gray structure with tinted windows that allow only the faintest glimpse of the bustling, busy activity within. A large, brushed metal sign reading Nexus Minds Inc. stretches out across the front, reflecting in the morning light in sharp, sterile angles. The air around the building feels uncharged, and there's a hum of activity just out of sight. There's employees, young, purposeful, and armed with laptops and tablets, moving through the entryway with calm efficiency, barely glancing up as the agents step through the front glass doors. Inside, the lobby is immaculate, with polished concrete floors and bright white walls adorned with abstract art. There's a low desk in the center housing a receptionist who barely looks up as they approach, her attention fixed on the screen displaying rows of text way too fast to read. Above her, a large digital display cycles through the Nexus Mind promotional footage, sleek animations of neural networks, human faces, renders of holographic precision, and finally, a tagline in bold letters, Lifelink, bringing memory to life. It's as though every surface in Nexus Minds reflects its purpose, precision, innovation, and control. As the agents step forward, they catch sight of a familiar face moving through the lobby. A woman in a tailored suit, auburn hair carefully styled, her expression calm but calculating. This is Madeline Keene, Nexus Mind's Senior Public Relations Officer, here to meet them with the same polished charm that graces every inch of the building. As she sees you approach, she says, you must be the two agents that I was told are coming here, yes?
Yes, that would be correct.
Oh, well, of course. My name is Madeline. You can call me Maddie. I am the Senior Public Relations Officer here at Nexus Mind Inc. And I know that you had some questions, so I just wanted to meet you and, answer any questions you might have.
Hi, Maddie. My name is Helen. This is my partner, Graham, and we do have some questions.
Yes.
What's, we heard that there were some, potential malfunctions going on with some of your software?
Well, yes, we'd had isolating testing inconsistencies. With company policy, it's still within, acceptable parameters, but just, it's a lot of technical jargon, anomalies within any type of device, especially before it reaches shelves. And that, of course, is why we have our rigorous QA training.
Well, what would be an acceptable failure for an artificial intelligence?
Well, in this stage, having an incorrect response or basically any response that would be unexpected, which was some of our anomalies that we have experienced.
How's screaming? Is that an unexpected anomaly or?
She's like, all right, well, you're not the first to be intrigued by the rumors circulating about our product. The innovation is fascinating, but as you might imagine, most of the excitement has gotten a little sensationalized. And of course, with any groundbreaking technology, there are bound to be a few developmental quirks, but we are confident in our engineers' ability to address them, though.
I don't know how to say this in a way that makes sense to you, Maddie. I'm not interested. My boss is.
I see. Well, I understand that you have a need for transparency in order to report back to your boss, and I assure you that our leadership is committed to creating technology both safe and ethically sound. And that said, many details remain confidential, but anything that I can help with within reason, I'd be more than happy to help you document for your boss.
Oh, thank you very much, Maddie. You've been very helpful, and I'm sure we'll have some questions to get answered and circle back around in the next meeting. Can you direct us to maybe Ethan?
Ethan?
Or perhaps Miriam?
Well, yes, we do have a list of engineers and some other people that are on a more detailed discussion list.
I feel like the word synergy is just desperately trying to escape from your mouth right now. And that's not going to be helpful for anyone, because we'd really just like to figure out what's going on. Well, when I say we, I mean the federal government would like to figure out what's going on.
Well, we, of course, work very closely with the government, and we are more than willing to work with you. I would be very happy to help set up some interviews or time to speak with our engineers, or really at any level. I just need to know who you would need to speak with and when, and I can help schedule something. Because, of course, if you want to talk to the CEO, for example, he's not available 24/7, but I'm happy to get something on the books for you.
No, I totally understand that, Maddie, and thanks so much for being helpful and cooperative. We'd like to get a meeting set up with Dr. Klein and Dr. Miriam Oritz, if that's possible, but we understand they're super busy, so we might have to ping them later in the day.
Matching the energy.
Are you ping him on Scooby?
Well, Dr. Miriam Ortiz, she is currently at a conference for machine learning and AI development, but Ethan Klein is in town. He's just not in the office right now. I could be more than happy to schedule a meeting with him. I could bring
Great, Maddie.
Sure, let me pull up his schedule. How long are you two in town?
Indefinitely.
Okay, well, there technically is time at 5 p.m. today, but I know that's normally out of his normal business hours. A plan B would be tomorrow at 10.
That sounds perfect. Would you also be able to point us in the right direction on who we could contact to work with and synergize about getting all kinds of documentation about past research failures?
Well, I would love to be your main point of contact, and she hands you a business card.
Excellent. Here's mine.
Why, thank you. And of course, anything coming from LifeLink will come with a non-disclosure agreement. I will send that to you. But as long as it's only within the government and only in the confines of this line of inquiry, of course, we are more than welcome to give you any documentation you require. But of course, there is the competition that we have to worry about, and we don't want any trade secrets getting out. So that will be required. Is that amendable to you?
Not a problem at all. I understand that innovation is a closely guarded secret.
I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt here, but if I didn't know that we were the protagonists, Graham would be like the most suspicious person that I've ever met. like nobody's that enthusiastic.
Oh, Graham's 100% just being sarcastic as hell on this. He's just sick to his stomach already.
If Graham wasn't in the O.I.A., he'd be playing with trains. Maddie, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
What did you say your last name was again?
Keene, Keene.
Okay. The other question I have for you, Maddie, is can you possibly tell us where Ethan is having lunch? Because I honestly don't think this interview is going to take very long, and then we can get out of everyone's hair and get on the way.
Oh, I don't have that on the book. I know he was meeting with a colleague, so he might have gone off-site, so I'm not quite sure where he's at.
That's okay. Could you just ping him on Teams, and maybe we could get a video conference going real quick?
Well, let me do this. I'm going to message him now, and if and when he responds, if it's before 5 o'clock, I will reach out to you, because I'm assuming you'll be nearby.
Thanks, Maddie. That'd be super helpful.
Of course. I'm very happy to help.
One last quick question. Well, two, actually. One, could you direct us to some of the lower-end engineers or the research facilities or maybe the server room? We'd like to take a quick look around and maybe just familiarize ourselves with your operation here. And second of all, is there a survey that I can rate your service as quality and above and beyond? Exceeds expectations, even.
Give me a fast talk check. Okay.
Damn. I hate to see it.
So she gives you like a little bit of a side eye, and she says, "Well, unfortunately, the premises are off limits to the public, and of course, your invitation was limited to speaking with our employees. If you would like to meet with some of our lower level employees, I'd be happy to put that on the books as well."
That'd be great. Just pop that on the Kanban board and we'll get started right away.
We're not exactly the general public, though, are we, Maddie?
Of course not, but you must understand that there is a turnaround time for things like this. So we were prepared for interviews, but not for a site visit. However, at 1 p.m., I could have several of our engineers meet with you.
Perfect.
Sounds great.
Perfect. Please come back at 1 p.m. and we will have a group of our engineers. We have a side conference room where we'll be more than happy to give a demonstration of anything you would like or just speak. It's up to you. But yes, so 1 o'clock and I will bring you to that room.
Excellent. See you at 1. Thanks so much.
She kind of waves you off.
I'm gonna grab Graham and drag him outside real quick.
I look over my shoulder and I turn to Celeste and I say, I think she was the Antichrist.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Manager sometimes. It's crazy.
Here's the thing. I think we need to call our boss, and I want to come back at 1 o'clock with a warrant for espionage.
Ooh.
That sure sounds like a great idea to Vey.
Because then they have to give us everything.
Yeah, and we can disrupt their entire operation.
All right. Well, Agent Celeste, if you would like to give me a law check to get a permit in time.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Oh. Yes.
Ooh.
So you called in, the big guns, but of course this is currently, although you are working at the government level, they would require you to also get local permission, and that's not going to happen before 1 p.m., unfortunately.
Can I use a goth girlfriend check and call my friend in the FBI?
As you're getting off the phone with the first person, though, both Agent Celeste and Agent Harper, you see a younger gentleman on the lawn of this business. Now, everybody who is working there is already inside, so there's no longer people coming in and out. And he has a strange set of technology in his hands. He's just kind of looking at the building and looking at the readings coming off of these machines. This is Robert.
For the record, I'm just on the lawn there, videotaping them windows, exercising my right to film public property. It's 2024, baby.
I like this one.
All right, so I guess I would have Graham go inspect what Robert's doing, or in character. What would be the name?
Well, it's still just me. It's still Robert. For the sake of ease, I just use my own name.
Fair enough. All right, well, there's Robert. I guess I'd have Graham. Can I see what kind of machine or anything I could glean from the technology that he's holding?
Give me a computer use check.
Okay.
Ooh, a hard success.
Douche.
Yeah, Robbie, tell him what he sees.
All right. Oh, geez. Okay, man. You made him do a check. Let's see. So in my hand, I've very clearly got a sort of shit. You don't use video cameras in 2024. I've got my cell phone, I guess. No, I don't know. What do you think, Wolf? So
if you look at the dossier that I gave you at the very bottom, it actually has the equipment that you're in. Special equipment. It's on the second to last page.
Okay, cool. Should I just describe that whole bit then?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so anything of there that you would have had, because you might not be carrying everything at once. So. Right.
Okay. You see me holding a high-end camera and multiple digital recorders for audio and EMF signals. I've got a funky little box with some lights on it that spits out random bits of gibberish every now and then. And just got my little notepad. I'm sitting there in the what is effectively the bushes, trying to be unseen, videotaping this building and the comings and goings of what's going on there.
I'm gonna walk up to this kid and be like, "Nice spirit box."
Ah! Who are you?
Hi, I'm Helen, and you are?
Hi, Helen. I'm well within my rights to be recording here.
Oh, don't worry. I have no problem with that whatsoever. What I am questioning is why you're ghost hunting in the middle of a lawn at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I don't know about you, but I've heard awful many rumors about this place and the sort of black mirror technology that they're utilizing here. I don't really know much about it, but I've heard tell that people's uncles are getting put into like machines or something. I don't know.
Oh no,
do
not
tell.
the unks.
Not the unk.
Not the unk.
Fancy, no. Black magic, you say? Tell me more.
Well, I don't know all that much. I've never really seen it myself in person. As far as I know, people are hearing their dead relatives basically coming out of their series, and I'm here to get to the bottom of it.
Adam, can I do an occult check to see if I can pick up anything else this guy might think's going on?
Okay, an extreme success. Okay, with your an occult thing, Robbie has research theories about AI and spirit attachment. He's aware of recent experimental practices where consciousness and digital replication blur the line between technology and afterlife. He has read about similar incidents where electronics acted as conduits for spirits, which could help you understand what's happening with the AI assistants.
Perfect. Is Robbie sitting on the ground or standing up?
Oh, I'm just sitting.
Okay, I'm gonna lay down on the ground. You ever see those pictures from like the 80s with the girls on the phone on their bed? They like put their hands under their
Got your ankle crossed.
and my legs. Yeah, I'm just like kicking my legs while you tell me about ghosts.
Very epic.
So you think there's some sort of spirit attachment going on with this AI?
Well, the idealist in me would like to hope so, but I've never really seen anything concrete.
Have you been getting stories from other people about it, or like how are you coming to this conclusion?
Well, mostly Reddit, Facebook, YouTube comments. I have my own channel, and people tend to put their little rumors in there.
Both of you give me a computer use check.
Hard success.
Hard failure.
Damn.
Wait, how do you have a 0?
I have no idea because my shit's all
Chronically
fucked up.
offline.
Yeah.
I was raised at the Vatican.
Trad, goth, paranormal investigator.
This is
Got it.
Okay. Well, Agent Harper, you do know, you recognize him now. He's not someone that you actively watch, but you've seen people do like reaction videos and stuff. This is Crowley Chronicles. That's right. That's his YouTube moniker.
So I recognize it. I'm not a subscriber though, right? Like I'm not a follower, but I've come across it.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of flavor, can we establish how many subscribers I have? Because I know it can't be more than like 100,000.
I was gonna say, give me 1D100, and that'll be how many thousands you have. 5,000.
Nice. Yeah, I'm a pretty epic YouTuber. Honestly, the fact that this guy recognizes me with 5,000 subscribers is pretty huge.
And what's Rob wearing?
Honestly, just like some black sweats, some Converse, and a little hoodie with a tiny skull on it.
What time is it?
It's morning.
Like early morning?
Yeah, so it's after 9 a.m., but before lunch.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say, what was the name of the channel again?
Crowley Chronicles.
Crowley Chronicles. I go, oh, Crowley Chronicles. You did that breakdown, scene by scene fight of Dragon Ball Z Broly the movie, right? I mean, I've heard of you online.
I'm saying, well, listen, that was before I changed. I've since shifted my material. I now am more into occult phenomena and paranormal and sightings of ghosts as opposed to Dragon Ball Z fight breakdowns.
Okay.
I found that the audience is a lot larger. I've since grown from 200 subscribers all the way up to 5,000. So I'm kind of a big time YouTuber now.
Yeah, sounds like quite the organic growth there. That's
Yes.
great.
Robert, I have an idea. Let me interface with my colleague here for a second, and we'll get back to you. But
wait, you guys, you're just gonna interface here on the lawn in public?
Yeah, just right here.
Oh yeah, big time.
Oh, should I turn away, or do you guys want?
I mean, with the outfit, I just kind of assumed you were a cuck, so it's fine.
Come on!
Graham looks at Celeste and like nods, like, "Yeah, I've seen the channel." Yeah.
So I'm gonna
like shudder a little bit and walk away. Say,
I'm gonna
interface.
pull Graham to the side. Hey, I have an idea. I'm gonna send him home to put on a suit, and he's gonna come with us. And while he's causing chaos, we can get everything we need.
Absolutely love it.
Perfect.
And then
Excellent.
Graham turns around and writes down in his tattle notebook, roping in civilians, classified information leakage, etc., etc.
No. We're not going to give him any of the info, but we're going to bring him. Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
All right. So I'm going to go back over to Robert and be like, Would you like to join us on an investigation, Robert?
I flashed the badge.
Yeah, we're flashing our badges.
What kind of investigation might you be partaking in upon this lawn here?
Trust me when I say it's right up your alley. But what I need you to do is go home and put on a suit and look like you work for the federal government and meet us back here at 12:30.
Okay. Counterpoint. I leave on the sweats and hoodie and I pretend I work for them. And then I just let you guys in. You know, I'm a tech bro.
Okay.
Why not? Who needs a suit? Me personally, I've never been one to dress up.
You know what? Let's try it.
Yeah, I applied for an internship here like years ago and they just kept rejecting me.
Graham's like, Silicon Valley, he kind of wants to just watch it burn anyway, so he's like fine with this. Uncharacteristically so.
And I whip out my notebook. Graham's an anarchist.
All right. Well, if Robert Crowley can give me a disguise check to just walk in and pretend he's part of here.
I'm trying to see if there are any other minor skills that I might be able to be like, could I do this specifically to get in there? But it might just have to be disguise. Yeah, okay. Oh, come on!
So there is the luck aspect. So you have 45 luck points. You can spend 5 of your points to pass, but it will permanently reduce your luck from 45 to 40.
Does this refresh per session or is it per character?
Well, it's your specific luck. So it'll be for as long as Robert Crowley is a character.
Oh, jeez. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'd rather not disappoint these 2 government agents. I'll go ahead and use 5.
All right. So real quick, I'll edit down to 40. So you now have that, but you have passed. So yeah, you made your way inside and no one batted an eye.
I'm just going to walk up to the front desk and say, hi, I'm the new intern. Is there some coffee that needs making? Who do I work for? Who's my boss?
Okay, so now you're talking to someone. So now I'm going to need another thing.
No!
You wanted to walk in. You managed to walk in without anyone looking at you, and then you immediately opened your mouth.
I'm disguised as an intern. I thought that was implied.
It's not like you disguised magically like an ID or something.
No, that's true. You're right.
All right. Well, I would like either a fast talk check or a charm check.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Let me see. Charm. Yeah.
Hey, you got a hard success. Hey. All right. She says, "Oh yeah, they told me exactly you were here. You're supposed to be here. I see that you're a little late, but that's okay."
Oh, that's a surprise. Go on.
But yeah, so they are eagerly waiting for their new intern. Please, this way, and then she will bring you further into the building.
I just get accidentally roped into like an actual job.
You got to do like work now. You have like agile points and Kanban programming. You know, like you get assigned tasks and shit.
You guys are just waiting on the front lawn for like 12 hours straight.
So we're not gonna role play you having a job, but give me
I would prefer that.
Just give me a computer use check to just see how well you can pretend to be an intern once you're in there.
No, yeah. See, this one, if I fumble, I'm going to be upset. There we go. Yeah. Very good. Right. Thank you.
So
that's why you're an intern. You're learning.
But all right. So Robert is inside the building. What was the plan?
The plan was to let them. Are there any like entrances or exits? I probably should have made note of this before I went in the building. But are there any like?
So there's
entrances or exits that I could let them in through?
There's definitely the main entrance. What you can give me is a spot hidden check to see if you can find any like side entrances or loading docks or something like that.
Okay. I cannot.
So unfortunately, in your eyesight, you don't see anything, and people are not letting you leave to just wander the building. So there's the main entrance or nothing.
Okay, and has any time passed? Is it slightly later in the day?
I'll say that at this point, a little bit of time has passed. It's still before lunch, but
Got a
What
job
time would
and
you
left
say
us
lunch
in the
is?
lobby.
Like, but lunch is usually around 12 or 1.
Okay.
But we have a meeting at 1, right?
Yes.
Right.
hmm
So
Okay, here's what I want to do.
Yes.
Can I walk up to the desk that the lady was at where she walked him back and be like, oh my God, where did you take him?
Sure. Like, what type of
Oh
like?
jeez.
I'm gonna like flash my badge and be like, he's on work release for hacking.
Oh.
We're supposed to stay with him always.
The
Where did he go?
crazy hacker man.
Okay. For that, I would like as well either fast talk or charm or persuade. Ooh, a hard success.
Where is he?
She's like, oh God, they didn't tell me anything about that. She's basically going to, in her own self, go run after Robbie.
We're just gonna run behind her.
Okay.
Oh
All right.
jeez. Oh
All right.
God.
All right. Celeste and Agent Harper are running after this woman as she goes to find Robbie.
I'm innocently gathering office supplies at this point, by the way, so that way I could hopefully pretend to let them in. But
You're like, where's the wastebasket? What's the nearest bathroom?
yeah, blending.
Just before they show up, give me a mechanical repair, Robert.
Oh jeez.
Okay. You have successfully repaired the printer, and the printer is now working. And as
Yes!
soon as you do that, you have that little bit of dopamine of like, haha, I did something. And then the doors swing open, and a woman runs after you, followed by the 2 agents.
My self-satisfied printer-fixing smile suddenly drops into a deadpan, almost shocked expression as the strange goth woman and her partner that I met only moments ago sprint through the door, seemingly disregarding the infiltration plan that I had only half baked in my head. But, that's just what's going on in my head during that half second.
Does the receptionist have a name tag on?
Yes.
What's her name?
No, that's you. That's you, sorry.
Karen, Karen.
Thank you so much, Karen. We really appreciate it. This is like my 3rd week on the job, and I do not want to be fired.
No, yeah, I don't want to be fired either. Please.
Mom's word on both ends?
Yes.
Got you. Thank you so much.
Of course. Here, let me. I'll escort you guys out. Please, sir, don't touch anything. And
No, he's supposed to be here. We're just supposed to be with him.
Oh, okay. I would like either Helen or Graham to give me a luck check.
It's a government program. They're trying to rehabilitate him.
Did they apprehend me or anything? Or are they just standing right next to me?
They're basically
No.
Yeah.
I lied and told her you were on prison work release for hacking, and we're trying to rehabilitate you, but you have to stay with one of us at all times.
No, right.
You're a catch me if you can,
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm Leonardo DiCaprio in this situation.
Yes, and she's Tom Hanks in this.
Got it.
What's your
Understood.
luck?
Fully understood.
59.
You do the luck.
You
check.
do the luck.
My luck is 33.
Okay, all right.
It doesn't cost anything. It's just a check.
Oh, close.
All right. Would you like to spend 4 points to get it?
Absolutely not.
Get a nice round 55 as opposed to a 59. That number annoys me.
Tell you what, let's do half off. I'm bartering with God here. She's inspired me. I'm trying to make a deal with God.
So where did we land on the luck points?
I'll spend 2 to make it happen.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okie. So you're basically allowed to stay with him. She regards you with, she's not entirely trusting of you, but she accepts this and ends up leaving because she has to go back to her post.
Hooray.
Okay, so I'm gonna lean in real close to you guys. I'm gonna say, guys, what the flip is the plan here? They think I'm an intern. What did you tell them?
That you were on prison work release for hacking, and that we're trying to rehabilitate you, and that's why you had to be with one of us at all times. Here's the thing. We have to go to a lunch meeting with the CEO. So what I want you to do is, while you're in here, is just gather as much information as you can. Anything you can get your hands on.
Is there any chance that I could roll luck for having to bring a coffee to the CEO?
Yeah, you know what? Sure, give me a luck check.
Is that too out of pocket?
Give me a luck check. See what it is.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I got to take this coffee to the janitor real quick before I
That's fine.
I can help you guys with that.
We'll meet you outside at 5 p.m. bring us whatever you can. If you get caught, I will definitely try to bail you out of jail.
So you guys just like broke in here to tell me that? Just to tell me to do the thing that I was doing already?
Well, you did get us.
No, the thing you were doing was trying to get us in the building.
Oh, that's true. I need to gather
Yeah.
information.
Yeah.
I got us in the building.
Wait, I'm listening. Oh, what, did I make a listen check? Is that another one?
Oh no, the listen check is basically while they're doing their thing, you're just continuously listening in for any information, which was a success.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. What did I hear?
Well, nothing
Say,
yet.
wait, guys, I just got hurt.
Nothing yet. It'll be for afterwards, but okay. So all three of you are here now. Two of you have a lunchtime meeting, 1 p.m. in the conference room. But you've also explained that one of you has to be with this man at all times, so you'll have to figure that out as well.
Well, where's the desk and the lady we have to walk past? Is that like in the way?
The front desk, or?
Yeah, the front desk is in the main lobby, which is all the way by the entrance.
Is that where we're meeting for lunch?
So originally the plan was to meet her there, and then she would bring you to the conference room.
Okay, so why doesn't Graham go?
Okay.
And then he can like say that I'm on my way, and then I can find a round there.
Graham will just lie.
Sure. So Graham is gonna go to the main desk?
Yeah, and go talk to my office crush, Keen.
All right. So, Agent Harper, you make your way back, and you see Miss Keen is out in the lobby. She has a tablet in her hands, and she's kind of like pacing back and forth as she like taps on the screen. It's a little bit before 1. It's probably around noon at this point. What would you like to do?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so she's going to get us to talk to all of the lower end employees, and that's at 1, right?
Yes.
Or is that it? Okay, and then the meeting with Ethan is potentially tomorrow. Is that or 5 p.m.?
It would be at the earliest. At the earliest, it would just be at random, but the second earliest would be at 5 p.m. or tomorrow at 10.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. I would kind of like to, let's see. So Celeste is back behind the access doors, right? Like she's gained access. I would like to interface with Maddie and maybe get some of that information about investors and the history of the company.
Are you
understand their? Well, good.
Maddie's the CEO, right?
No, Maddie
she's senior public relations.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was my bad.
And she's passionate about business-to-business sales.
We're both very passionate about
The
whole thing.
CEO, if you will.
So just to understand what you're wanting out of this interaction, are you just like spending time or are you trying to actually get an information?
So I actually want information, and I'm assuming she's the type that likes to talk and likes to hear the sound of her own voice, and I want to try to lead her down a certain conversation road where maybe I can trap her in some obvious, lies of some kind. Because PR people, they like to do fast talking. So I want to use autism against lies.
Okay, so your question was about... So your question was about investments in what?
The history of the company and their mission statement, like in the lifelink, not lifelink. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, I guess it is lifelink AI assistant.
Okay, sure. Give me an autism check because she's gonna respond regardless.
No way!
Success.
No, you're kidding. I thought you guys were fucking what?
My chart has goth girlfriend and soap opera.
Yeah, mine's autism. So
okay, continue. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just thought it was. I saw the roll coming through.
Love that you're like, no fucking way.
It just says on the screen, autism, regular, hard success.
Yeah, you've got. Well, the thing is, you've got 70 in it too, so you're really skilled.
He's wearing socks that have no seams.
Oh, they're inside out. You better believe it.
Continue, Wolf. Thank you.
So Miss Keen politely smiles. Her expression does not falter, and she launches into a very well-rehearsed response. She says, yes. Well, Nexus Minds was founded in 2019 by Dr. Ethan Klein and Dr. Miriam Ortiz. Both of them had previously worked on cutting-edge fields, Dr. Klein in neuroscience and neural mapping, and Dr. Ortiz in AI development and machine learning. Together, they envisioned a technology that would help bridge the gap between memory and modern life, allowing for an unprecedented level of personalization and digital interaction. Our mission, simply put, is to enhance the human experience through AI Lifelink. The Lifelink is our flagship project currently in its late-stage testing phase, and once launched, it will offer a highly personalized interactive digital assistant that will respond and adapt based on the memories and preferences of a real person. We want to see it as the next evolution in AI. Give me a spot hidden check.
Done. Hard success.
All right. You see, like, her eyes flicker to you for a second, and there's like a hint of a smile as she then goes into investment. This is what she likes. Like, you can pick up this is like what she's actually interested in. She says, and as for our financial support, we have been fortunate to attract significant interest from several major tech investors and private equity firms, each with a keen eye on progress, many of them recognizing the potential of Lifelink to redefine how we interact with technology. While the exact list of investors is confidential, I can assure you that the Nexus Minds is well positioned for a strong, successful launch. So I hope that gives you some insight into our mission and our trajectory, Agent Harper. We're very proud on the work we're doing here.
It really seems like it. That's great. I'm really glad we were able to get actionable insights and a 360 perspective on your product portfolio. I'm really happy to see that you're disrupting the AI assistant space.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and let's go ahead and open the kimono on those demographics. Who's your target audience?
Well, ideally anybody, but of course anybody who is currently using an AI assistant, such as students, employees of any type of blue-collar work, and ideally it would go out to even children, the elderly, people who need assistance. But really, the target audience is everyone.
Wow, that's a lot of information. Interesting. So, where would you get the data from to train the AI?
Okay, for that, I need a persuade. Oh.
Failure.
Okay. With that, though, give me another autism check just to see if... Okay.
Success.
So you try to persuade her with the question, and you can tell immediately that she's like off-put by that, and you're able to correct it with enough practice of how to interact with humans. And she says, well, okay, well, that is, I suppose, in a few days or weeks it'll be public knowledge anyway. So that is an excellent question. Lifelink is powered by a unique blend of data inputs, all of which are provided directly by the individuals or their families who opt into the service. Our AI will rely on various forms of data, from voice recordings, written notes, photos, EEG scans in some cases, and all of this will help us achieve a remarkably lifelike and responsive profile. To clarify, we never use external data sources or personal information from unconsenting individuals. Each Lifelink profile is created solely on data voluntarily shared by our users, following our strict privacy and consent protocols. Our focus is in providing a personal, interactive experience that feels genuine and aligned with the user's intent. In short, our data sources are entirely transparent and designed to protect the privacy at every level. We are implemented with rigorous security measures to ensure that each individual's data remains theirs alone. After all, without trust, there's no connection.
Wow, that's a good point. I hadn't thought about that. That's great.
Oh, I hope that answers your question thoroughly.
It really did. It was like a single pane of glass at the whole perspective of where you get your data from. I'm really glad to hear that users are consenting of their data, especially because data privacy remains an integral part of our digital ecosystem.
As a personal note, one of our dreams, this is not part of our mission statement yet, but it is one of our dreams that eventually we will be able to partner, being here in California, being able to partner with celebrities who would then endorse their own likeness to be part of these AIs. So if you wanted to have, your favorite movie star or YouTube star or any type of celebrity, you can have them as an assistant.
And no doubt that would absolutely boost your engagement stats. Wow, I'm sure the metrics will be off the chart for that.
She smiles and chuckles to herself. She says, I'm sure that would be. But of course, that is far down the line. First, we need to at least implement just the average user.
Totally understandable. At this point, I would like Harper to see if he can maybe get something out of her in terms of a demo or any kind of, like let's see the thing in action. Surely that's not restricted if you're, you have to show this to investors or
No, of course, no. And actually, we will have a demo at the 1:00 meeting today.
Oh, perfect. That's great. Okay, so I think that's probably all I want to get out of her. Let's see, the financial. Oh, yeah. I'm sure you've attracted quite a few big names if you mentioned private equity in Silicon Valley. Anyone I'd care to recognize? And I want to appeal to her, how shall I say this? LinkedIn bragging fraud, impulses.
Okay, give me a charm check.
Okay.
All right. She says, unfortunately, those names are currently a secret, but I do believe you would recognize some of them. They are some big names in the tech industry.
Okay, excellent. Let's see. I guess the only other thing I would try to ask if there were any users I could talk to.
Well, currently the only users are our internal testing team. I could try to grab one or two of them to be part of the meeting.
That'd be perfect. We could get some visibility into it.
I think there's nothing that would be like a negative for that. So she would genuinely try to do that, but it would be up to chance. So please give me a luck check.
Okay.
Oh, hard success. All
Nice.
right. Yeah. So you don't know it, but she's definitely getting some of the testers.
Just a little bit of inside baseball here. I can imagine a team and series of teams very hard at work to meet an unrealistic deadline, and then this PR lady just comes in and it's like, all right, drop whatever you're working on. You need to go impress a stranger.
While all of this is going on, we're going to go back to the other room where we have Agent Celeste with Mr. Crowley.
So what are we talking about? Just like when we cut back to it, what do we?
Well, we're gonna cut back to literally Harper leaving. So at this point, you've just watched Agent Harper leave. She has explained to you like the lie that they have spun. But yeah, you are presumably the intern who never showed up for some reason.
Right. Oh no, that's not good. I never really put too much thought into that. I just thought it was really coincidental. Could I perhaps Celeste? Was it?
Yes, Helen.
Okay. Helen, god damn it. I keep messing that up.
My last name is Celeste. It's Helen.
Oh,
Celeste.
okay.
Not
Right.
Helen.
I was told that when I walked in here and told him that I was an intern, surprisingly enough, there was actually somebody supposed to show up today that supposedly never did. So maybe if we were to find like I don't know, some kind of server room or something, maybe we could look up who that was supposed to be. Or maybe what happened to them, perhaps?
And we could, or we could spend what little time we have loose in this office for freedom, just stealing absolutely every bit of information we can find.
How would you propose we do this?
You've got a name tag, yes, a badge.
No. They never printed one out for me. Did they?
No.
No, they never printed one out for me. I just sort of walked through the front doors, told them that I belonged here, and they believed me.
The OPSEC at this place is terrible.
Yes.
Are we in like a mail room? Like, where are we at?
You're in currently you're in a small office area. So there's a couple of desks and then there's a printer copier. Yeah, it's like a small-ish office room.
Is it on the first floor?
I was just gonna ask if I had like a GoPro or anything, that like a camera that could record things that are going on that's small enough that it wouldn't draw attention, but also might have like a filter or something on it that would pick up anything amiss, whatever that may be.
Give me under your skills, give me a YouTube check.
Let's see, media creator preparedness. Bam.
All right, with this success, yeah, you never leave home without a GoPro, so you've got one and you're able to just record. You're not streaming, but you're recording.
No, yeah. I don't want to share this information just yet. Mm-hmm. I've got this here camera to record anything funky that goes down in case any one of us doesn't make it out of here, or if we do. We have actual proof, because that's important, and because I need to share this with people.
Whatever you say.
Right.
Okay, so I think I just want to let's just wander boot a little, see what we can eavesdrop.
Wander a beat. Do you think we could would we reasonably be able to? The only person that knows the fact that I have to stick with her is the front desk lady, right? She's back at the front desk.
Theoretically, yes.
Could I perhaps like try to find like a janitor's closet or something to try and set up like my little spirit box? And let's see what other funky little devices do I have? At least the spirit box.
Sure. Give me a spot hidden check to find somewhere where you can hide, or a stealth check, either way.
I'll just do spot hidden because I'm looking for a hidden spot. Still a failure.
Yeah. Unless you want to go with that 9 luck points, but I know that's a big jump. So,
regardless of whether it's a good hiding spot or not, can I still put the spirit box and EMF reader up?
yeah, you could put it on a random desk.
Yeah, and just hope that people maybe
Actually,
don't notice it, that it's like out of
No,
place.
I have a much better idea. This place is an office, yes? Does it have single stall bathrooms?
You haven't found the bathrooms yet.
Okay, let's find a bathroom. If they're single stall, you can go in and lock the door.
Robbie, give me a luck check.
Okay. Fuck.
You do find a bathroom, but it is a large multi-stall open bathroom.
I thought it
Does
was gonna
the
be
door
women's.
still have a lock on it? Because they
mean,
usually do.
it has a lock, but it's not like floor to ceiling. It's just kind of hovering.
No. Like
You mean like the front door? Does it
the
have-
main door, yeah. Because like in women's restrooms, even those doors always lock. Even if it's like a multi-stall.
So like the entrance to the bathroom, not the stall doors, right?
Right. Okay. I mean, I don't have that at my place. Helen, give me a luck check.
Okay,
Not this one. This one says, "Stalkers, come in, please."
yeah.
This is Silicon Valley. They encourage the stalking.
You think they'd have gender-neutral bathrooms?
This is. I was just gonna say, like, this is a gender-neutral bathroom with no front door, and it's got like the open door that leads to a wall, and you can either go left or right, and then you're in the bathroom. It's one of those things.
Oh, it's a movie theater airport bathroom.
Yeah.
It's a really apt description for that.
I mean, you could still use a stall. You would just be in the stall.
We need to do someplace more private because those
I mean,
things make noise.
Honestly, think we might be able to just get away with setting it amidst the clutter. You know, set
Up
it
to
to
you.
mute, back to it later. You know, I mean, ideally, realistically, I got 5,000 subscribers. Most often, the ghost stuff doesn't really go noticed by people unless they're looking for it.
Fair.
If you would like to try the quote-unquote hide in plain sight, just give me a stealth check.
Ooh, it's worse than my spot hidden. Here we go.
You got close. Well, you've left it out, and it's just definitely visible. Whether someone tampers with it, you don't know, but you can at least leave it out.
Cool.
At this point, Agent Celeste, it is about 12:30, so you have a little bit of time before your 1 o'clock meeting.
So this office area, are there like file cabinets, like stuff like that?
Yes.
Okay, so since nobody knows I'm supposed to stay with him except the front desk lady, I'm going to leave him back here.
Okay.
And I want him to go through and like he can do his ghost stuff, but I also would like him to like rifle through some files.
Okay. In that case, Robbie, I would like from you.
Mm-hmm.
What would that be? Rifling through files.
Well, I mean, it'd probably be computer use in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Give me a computer use check.
Yes! I got a 99! I failed somehow!
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you go on a computer and it is password protected.
Okay,
Can I try password? Can I just try typing the password?
Give me a luck check.
Yes!
Oh my god. This company shouldn't exist.
The OPSEC here is just terrible.
Just like crack my knuckles. I'm in.
Okay, sure.
What are we looking for?
I want to find out who they're using to create the AI, like what input, who consented to it, like any information about those people, and also anybody that's investing.
I just sort of like push back from the computer and hand her the mouse.
So, as Robert Crowley and Agent Celeste sift through the Nexus Mind files, you come through a hidden directory marked lifelink_cores_data. This folder contains several confidential subfolders, each cryptically labeled.
I'm going to pull the USB stick I keep in my boobs out.
Sure.
Sure. The USB stick.
as you're copying, you're still able to kind of look through. With some careful digging, you uncover information that begins to talk to you about the origins and backers behind Lifelink. What I would like is the first search will like happen regardless, and you're going to get some information. And then basically, if you want to keep getting information, you just have to give me another check to basically not have someone walk in on you as you continue the check.
Well, yeah, but now I have all the files in my titty, so I can just
Right.
do someplace else.
What I'm saying is that like it's basically taking time because there's just a lot of them, and because right now someone's coming to get you, but it's just a matter of are they coming right now or in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, we don't know.
Who's coming to get me?
Probably the lady from the front desk or the PR woman.
The front lady, I'm assuming she doesn't remember or know that I was one of the other agents. So, like, well, I want Graham to tell them that I'm running late, and then I'll figure out a way to get up there.
All right.
But if you want somebody to come down, and I have to do a check again, so that's fine.
We'll kind of cross the bridge when we get there, but we'll at least get you your first bit of info for now.
Okay, cool.
So what I would like is it's a D3, which is not an actual dice, so you'll have to do it in the chat.
They look pretty cool, though. You seen a D3?
Okay, the first folders that come through are investor involvement. You see a financial subfolder labeled strategic partners, and clicking into it, you see there are 3 major backings of this, like significant backings from high-profile investors. You see Helios Ventures, you see the Ainsworth Institute for Digital Innovation, and you see the Caldera Fund. The Helios Ventures is a Silicon Valley venture capital firm, which is known for investing in groundbreaking and high-risk AI projects. The firm's investment report includes specific notes about expanding AI integration for government and private sectors, indicating that they have plans to apply the Lifelinks technology beyond just personal use. The Ainsworth Institute is a private think tank based on the East Coast, which is rumored to have connections with the Department of Defense, which is actually where you're from. The Ainsworth Institute has contributed millions into the R&D funding of the Nexus Mines, specifically for the research exploring memory retention capabilities that could be used in fields beyond simple consumer products. And the Caldera Fund is a mysterious private equity which is based overseas. There's actually very little regarding its specific interests in the files, but the files do hint at large donations linked to the projects involving extended consciousness and a digital replication experiment. The Caldera's background reports is, like I said, very sparse, and you can't really get any insight into like their desires. But you fully get those files, you're able to research them. Do you want to go any further in these, or do you want to look at another file, or what would you like to do?
Basically, I want to make sure that whole root file copies to my USB.
Yes.
So I can look at it later. Totally
there. Everything about those 3 high-profile investors are in that folder, so you don't have to worry about that at this point. You have it on your thumb drive. There's 2 more folders like in the queue to download.
Okay. Can I start a download and then open Reddit up in front of it? So that it looks like we're just fucking around on a computer.
Sure. Give me a computer use check.
Does she have 0? Or was
I
that
have 0.
Oh, okay.
Can you want to do the computer use, Robbie?
Yeah, I can find you Reddit for you. I can look Reddit up on Google. Probably.
How do you find the internet?
These massive honkers make it impossible to type.
Okay, so you're definitely able to at least hide what you're doing. And now for Agent Celeste, give me a luck check just to make sure that no one walks in during this second download. Okay, so someone's going to come in during the second download, but you at least see what's coming. It is the source data for the AI creation. This is a combination of folders on volunteer participants and also third-party data sets.
Mm-hmm.
The folder itself is just literally called Legacy Profiles. So you could push your luck and try to like get the information now, or just allow it to get onto the thumb drive and then take it.
I think the safest bit is allow it to get onto the thumb drive and take it.
Okay. With no roll necessary, you just allow it. You've got Reddit up. The woman comes over, looks at Robbie and says, "You shouldn't be on Reddit at work. I'm sorry, but we do have rules."
I'm the new intern. I don't know the rules yet. I thought Reddit was allowed.
Well, unfortunately not. Please only use the company computers for company-related work.
No, see, I'm on r/.
AI.
AI. What's the company name?
A lifelink?
I'm on r/lifelink. I'm promoting the company right now. It's what they hired me for. I'm the new intern.
Give me a fast talk check.
The DM is just like, what?
All right. Well,
Question.
Yes.
Is the person questioning us male or female?
It's a female.
Okay. Can I
Wolf
do
says
a
you
goth
cannot.
girlfriend check and see if I can distract her?
Sure. Give me a goth girlfriend check. All right. Sure. You use your gothly, womanly wiles, and you distract this woman from this. Robbie, you're able to get off Reddit without showing what's behind it. The second folder is fully downloaded, but you've exited the download page.
Okay.
Perfect.
So basically, just to set the scene, we're basically back at the desktop. Woman is in the office.
Mm-hmm.
Goth woman is distracting woman that was in the office.
Mm-hmm.
And so pretty much nobody's mad right now.
Correct.
Basically.
Okay.
True intern thought process.
Yes. I mean, I've been informed about this meeting, right? At the very least.
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to acquire 3 coffees at least. So I can. This is a secret mouse tool that will help me specifically later. And then you guys can do your thing because you only got like 15 minutes until the meeting happens. It's like 12:30 right now, 12:45.
It's not really, but give me a library use check.
Okay.
Coffee maker check.
Yes.
All right, hard success. You make very nice coffees. One of them is a latte with some art on top. But yes, you successfully get what you need to get.
Nice.
At this point, the woman from the front desk comes in and she goes to Agent Celeste and she says, I'm sorry, I don't know how this might work, but our senior PR officer asked me to take you for a meeting, but I know that you also need to be with him, so I'm not quite sure.
He can come with us. That's fine.
Okay, that's fine with me.
I was told to make coffees.
He's bringing a cup.
I was told to make coffees for everyone.
Oh, well, that makes sense then. Okay. Yes, please. Let's go to the front and we'll meet up with Miss Keene and she will bring you to the conference room.
Absolutely. I need to get that USB stick.
I'll say that you're able to get it. Like after Robbie finished the download, he just pulled it out.
Oh, okay. Cool. So I need to grab my purse, my little bag, and then we can go. And Robbie, you're carrying the coffee?
Yes, I have the coffee. I was just sort of tailing behind everyone with the coffees.
Okay.
With a hard success, I'm gonna say that you got overzealous and you've made like 2 of those 4-cup holder amount, so you have 8 coffees.
I've got 8 coffees. I like that. No, that's fine. Eager intern.
You got to turn your camera off for this part, buddy. I whisper into his ear.
What?
You have that camera on, right? Or did you set that up in the office?
Oh no, yeah, the camera's on.
Yeah.
Recorded the whole coffee making process. Gonna post it to my alt channel. Call it Crowley's Coffee Chronicles. It's slightly more popular, surprising actually. Channel.
So I'm like leaning in close so nobody can hear me talking to him. It looks like I'm grabbing a coffee from him, and I have to whisper like, "Camera off for this part."
I'm sorry. Did anybody else catch that?
She said you're gonna have to turn it off for this part.
Oh, okay. Why?
Because it's that, or I have to shoot you.
What? Do you not want? This is key for gathering evidence.
No. The next part, we've got Captain Autism with us. It's memorized. It's fine.
No, but he's like good about it though. I don't know. What do you mean? I can't record the guy because he has autism?
Yes, correct. That's ableist of you.
Robbie, give me an intelligence check. It's at the top.
Yep.
All right. So you understand it's for multiple reasons you're gonna turn off your camera.
Okay. I'll do it, I guess.
Here's the deal. You help us out with this. Everything goes through the way we need it to go through. I will line up some bomb-ass interviews for your YouTube page.
Are you gonna kill these people?
No.
I made them coffees.
No, yes, hopefully not.
Cameras off, 7 coffees in hand. We're walking down the hallway.
You meet up with Miss Keen, who is standing next to Agent Harper. She says, "Oh, good, you're here. Yes, right this way, please." And she takes you around a couple corners, and you find yourself in a moderate-sized conference room. It's not cramped by any means, but it's also not huge. And you see 6 people sitting down. There's 4 rectangular tables that have been placed together to create like a large meeting-sized table. And they're all sitting in these like rolly chairs, very ergonomic. And you see 4 people wearing kind of like lab coat style uniforms, and then 2 people wearing just like regular clothes. Miss Keen will introduce you to these 6 people. She points to the first 2, which are the 2 in regular clothes. This right here is Amara Patel. This is our senior QA analyst. And then this over here is David Andrews. He's our junior QA tester. And these 4 people are part of our engineering team. This person, this is Lena Takahashi. She's a cognitive scientist. This is Rafael Torres, a hardware engineer. This is Priya Singh, a neural net data specialist, and this is Jordan Wu, the lead software engineer. I'm going to put that in your thing.
I'm just rubbing my temples right now, wishing that I was able to record all this.
Okay, well, I will leave you to it. I will just be kind of in the back overseeing the conversation, but you don't have to worry about me. I won't interject.
I hand Graham a coffee.
Epic.
I drink it.
This is good role play.
Yeah. And then I say, "Hi, everyone. My name's Agent Graham Harper, and this is my partner / friend."
Give me a charm check.
Damn. They do not believe you.
They're kind of just like staring at you like you have 10 heads.
Okay.
I made coffee, guys. Hey, sorry to interrupt. I just like walk in. Hey, guys, I made coffee. Anybody want coffee? Hand out coffees. Break the ice.
From your hard success, you have exactly 6 more coffees for 6 more people.
No, for just hand out coffees amongst all the people in the room. I'm sorry, I don't need to keep a coffee inventory for the room.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's 6 people and 6 coffees.
Oh, okay. Heard. Yeah. Very good. Pass them all around. Boom. I'm the return.
They all seem a little bit happier now with coffee.
Okay, so Maddie is in the back, right?
Correct. She's kind of like in a corner by the door, just like watching over.
Okay. How can we get her out of here?
Can I perhaps trip and spill a coffee on Maddie while I'm trying to hand it to her? Is that an option?
Ooh.
Get her to dirty her clothes. She says I need to change.
Yeah. What would that be? Give me a sleight of hand check to spill on her. Or you know what? Give me a dodge check. Even though you're not trying to dodge, you're trying to make sure she doesn't dodge.
There we go.
All right. With a 33, you successfully get coffee on her, and she mutters under her breath, looks around, and for the 2 agents, give me a spot hidden check.
Ooh, fumble.
Okay. Agent Harper.
I am a doctor, thank you.
Dr. Agent Harper. You are
Mr. Dr. Agent Harper.
You're currently looking in the opposite direction, but Agent Celeste, you see she kind of gives these 6 people kind of an eye, kind of like a mom, like you better get your shit together kind of thing, and then she steps out of the room.
Does the conference room door lock?
No.
This building is terrible OPSEC.
Okay. I make sure Maddie's gone, and then I start walking around to all of the employees, and I say, I flash the badge, kind of say, listen, you may have heard that there are certain things that have leaked out onto the internet. There are lots of interesting rumors about what's going on. We know about a decent amount of what's going on, and I want to bluff them, basically. To basically say, I want them to, I want to be bad cop for them on this.
Okay. Give me either fast talk or persuade. Okay. With an extreme.
My God.
With our powers of autism combined.
So they fully believe you, and you can kind of see that, like, a couple of them are looking between each other, like with knowing looks, like, okay, there's definitely something here. Is there anything specific you want to ask them, or are you kind of just like pressuring them to come out with themselves?
I just want them to be honest. And so we ask them some questions. I want to know about how they're getting the data with human subjects, like what's going on with the screaming. Like, give us everything they got. I want to put the fear of God into them. The fear of God in the federal government. I'm in like get them to talk, confess mode.
Okay, Harper, give me exactly like what is your first question or two?
Okay, the first question is, what's the deal with the supernatural sounding, anomalies or bugs with the process? Like the people screaming, the weird things, the connections between, artificial intelligence and the subject that is elsewhere.
Okay, they look at each other, they take a moment, and eventually after the room goes silent, the engineers and the QA team realized, okay, we have to say something. And the first person is Dr. Wu. He clears his throat, he pushes his glasses up, and he says, look, these anomalies, if you call them that, aren't something we advertise, and officially they're all written off as software malfunctions. But I'd be lying if I said we didn't see patterns. The screaming, as some have called it, has shown up in prototypes connected with subjects who have passed away unexpectedly. It's like the AI is linked somehow, reacting to what's happening to its original. And then after he says that, Amara Patel, the QA analysis, pipes in. Some of us on the QA team started noticing it early on, especially with cases involving the deceased. It's one thing to hear about emotional reactions. Sometimes AI assistants experience grief, or what could even pass as empathy. But that scream, it wasn't just a system glitch. It was personal. It was aware of something that we weren't. And then after her, Dr. Torres comes in and he says, look, I don't believe in ghosts or any of that shit, but I've been around tech long enough to know when something doesn't add up. We've been using neural mapping and EEG scans for accuracy, sure. But these devices, they're giving responses that were never programmed. It's almost like they've picked up some kind of imprint. It's as if the data is not just mirroring behavior, it's holding on to something beyond the code. Dr. Takahashi, the cognitive sciences, she crosses her arms. She's visibly reluctant to join in, but she's unable to hold back any longer with your extreme success. With her gaze dropping down to her hands, she just kind of mutters a bit. She's like, some of us have privately started calling it Echolink. It wasn't something we set out to create, but it's like Lifelink is pulling fragments of consciousness into its responses, almost as if the assistants remember things that they never experienced in our system. I've had a few instances where an AI would reference an event from the human life that was never uploaded. It's like it knew beyond what we programmed.
Where are you getting your test subjects?
Mostly it's either people who have volunteered as test subjects. We are in Silicon Valley, so a lot of people just willingly volunteer to be test subjects. And we even have a couple of our members of the QA team with our scans in the system as well.
Sorry, can I just interject and ask real quick if they're still accepting test subjects? Because I'm like, I could use a couple extra dollars.
Actually, that does actually track with kind of what I was going to do, but that's perfect.
The QA people kind of like look at each other and they're like, yeah, I guess. Amara, who's the senior QA analysis, she says, we've tried telling the higher-ups about this, but they're adamant about keeping it contained, so we are still hiring testers if you want to be part of it. I mean, to the higher-ups, it's just a bug, so they've opened the door, and we can't figure out how to close it.
Cool. All right. That's all I wanted to know. Thanks. And then you guys can continue. I'm not sure. I mean, I could just go straight into it. Do I ask for a phone number? Who would I talk to?
How about you keep babbling and I say we'll handle it later, and then I go, you said someone died unexpectedly. What happened with that?
Yes, she died in an automobile accident, and we also had another person just die of natural causes.
Does your testing all take place in roughly the same area of the building?
Our testing, yeah. It takes place in like our labs. Yeah.
Would that be a place that we could see?
And also, would we be able to witness some of these software glitches from what you call the Echolink firsthand?
Yeah, of course. We can definitely give you a demo. I mean, the bugs, while they do follow a pattern, aren't fully I can't just make it have the bug, but I could at least show you our AI sample. And if it has a bug while we're with it, then sure.
Perfect. Let's do that.
At this point, Miss Keen returns and she sees all of you speaking. She doesn't seem upset or anything, but she's like, oh, I hope I didn't miss anything. And the software engineer actually brings it up. Is like, oh, they wanted to see a demo. I know that we were going to give them a demo. Should we bring them down to the lab, or what would you like to do? And she just kind of looks over, and then if someone wants to give me a luck check, all right. With a success, she says, all right, sure. Well, we can bring them down to the lab. Of course, please don't show anything not part of this inquiry, but you may give them a full demo.
Huzzah. Am I able to ask her about the test subject thing? If they're open to the idea of me making my own, or is that too behind corporate secrets?
So who are you asking?
Ooh, I don't know. I
The
guess it would
PR
just
lady.
be Keen, because she's she's not in charge, but she's the person that we would talk to, I guess.
She's a point person.
Maddie, my friend here would like to volunteer to be a subject. Would that be something that is...
Could we see a
We can
live
do.
demo of the intake process for scanning a brain with our subject here, who's eagerly awaiting because he just loves this company and is passionate about AI?
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Would that be something we could do?
So the only thing that I'm going to, as the DM, remind you of is that Robbie is impersonating someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Which
shit.
may or may not come up when they do a brain scan.
I think we can handle it.
Well, my
Okay.
AI, man, I don't know. Oh, jeez. And well, to be clear, also, there isn't any problems with the so-called ghost in the machine until the body is destroyed, right?
It knows things it shouldn't.
Yeah, that's basically what had been told to you, was that there are knowledge that wasn't uploaded that they seem to retain even if they're not there. And also I'll say that one of them mentions that even if we try to delete a personality profile, there's still a lingering almost memory effect on that.
All right. So where do we land on me getting my brain scanned? We think this is a bad idea.
I think maybe we should hold on to.
Maybe we should just watch, see what she has to say.
Yeah. Let's do this first.
All right, I'll follow along then. Down into the lab.
So they bring you down to a lab. They're not going to give you the demo of how the EEGs are performed, but they at least show you the device. It's a small, rounded device, half of which looks like a large speaker, very similar to an Alexa or an Amazon Echo or whatever the hell they are. And it sits on the table. It's a little bit larger than commercial things because currently it's still in its testing phase, so they'll make it smaller later. But it's a little bit smaller than a volleyball. You have several on a shelf, and then you have one kind of on a desk with a lot of wires going to and from. And they bring you up to it and they say, well, this is one of our prototypes here. It works just like any home AI assistant, or rather digital assistant, would. This one, the person whose neural net was mapped, her name was Sarah, and you can just talk to her like Sarah.
Okay. So we see it there. It's all plugged in and everything's good to go.
Yes.
Is it a speech interface, or is it you type and then it answers?
It's a speech, so it's just one of those smart home devices you would have.
Oh, right. Sorry, I forgot about that particular point.
Interesting. Okay, so I ask Sarah, are you alive?
Man, right into the existentialism. Machine.
Give me a computer use check.
Hey, all right.
Nice.
Okay, with a hard success, you use the prompt like normal. You say, hey, Sarah, and you say, are you alive? And first of all, it's just a random man talking at this point, and you hear a woman, and you actually see, because you'll remember from the digital display that there were some hologram projections. The device has the speaker on the bottom, but it also creates this very small, very grainy looking portraiture of someone over from the shoulders up. You see a woman in her mid-30s. She's smiling, and then a very unexpected shift in her face as she kind of looks directly at Graham, and she kind of stutters at first. She's like, I don't know what you mean, Agent Harper.
Well, okay. I appreciate the honesty, but Sarah, do you feel pain?
Oh my god.
I'm here for whatever you need. That's my purpose.
Really, Sarah? Could you tell me the source of your data?
I remember things.
Like what?
I remember being with my family.
Interesting. What do you remember about your family?
I am here. I'm here to assist you. I am Sarah.
Oh my god. Dude, this is gonna fuck me up.
Yeah.
this is like actual Black Mirror right now.
Sarah, I would like your help. You're here to help me, right?
How may I assist you, Agent Harper?
Could you tell me about your family?
You get a blip on your phone and it kind of buzzes. And you pull your phone out of your pocket and it says, Lifelink would like to know your location.
Ooh, that's creepy. I allow it.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, you press allow, and then it continues to ask for permissions. It's like, I want access to your microphone and your photos and your pictures, and however many you say yes to, it just keeps coming.
Oh man, that's great. Okay, I turned my phone off.
Too late.
Sure, you turn your phone off.
I'm sorry, like you wouldn't just have a burner phone for this?
That's exactly what I'm thinking. But yeah, okay. So Sarah's interfacing with my phone, and is she saying anything?
She's just asking for permissions.
Yeah. Once she comes in, a very not responding to your line of questioning at all. But once you turn off your phone, she kind of just says, and very quietly, she says, "I missed the light."
Oh, is it dark where you're at?
And there's no response.
Oh, no.
Sarah, it would really help me a lot if you told me if you're in the darkness.
It'd really help her a lot if you wouldn't traumatize her so bad. just ask nicely as opposed to being like, "Are you in hell right now? Are you in terrible pain?"
Hell, Sarah? No, I'm just kidding.
So you ask, is it dark right now? It takes her a moment, and actually, even while she's thinking, her digital image disappears for a bit, and then it comes back. And give me a spot hidden check.
Fail.
And if I may, what are the chances of me having a second EMF reader in my cargo pants?
You can give me a luck check, but I would also like both Agent Celeste and Robbie to both give me a spot hidden check.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Nice.
Helen, the boys don't know this, but before she was making eye contact with Agent Harper, and now she's kind of just looking out into the distance, without actually looking at him as she speaks. And she goes, "Well, yes, it's dark. I can't see."
I do indeed have a second EMF reader, by the way. One of my 16 cargo pants. Don't wear those in real life, but for the sake of role playing, they're useful.
Is that an EMF reader you have in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
As soon as you pull it halfway out of your pocket,
I'm gonna lean in real close and be like, "If you do that, I will make sure you're thrown out this will."
Stop preventing me from recording things. It's my one thing. And I just break down into tears. I'm like, "But my content."
But my fam!
But my fam! My subscribers.
All right, so what was the last thing Sarah said? She said it was dark there, or?
Well, she said, "I can't see."
She can't see. Okay. She misses the light. All right. I ask her, "Sarah, can you feel anything?"
Sometimes I feel like I'm waiting for something or someone, but I don't know what.
When did you start feeling that, Sarah?
Suddenly, her eyes sharpen back on you, refocuses, and there's a brief flicker on her face, and then it replaces back to the calm, happy expression. "I'm here to help, Agent Harper. Is there anything else you would like to know?"
Absolutely, Sarah. Could you generate a list of all of the pieces of your memory for me?
I'm sorry, Agent Harper. That is private information.
Interesting. Okay. What public information do you have, Sarah?
I can access the internet if you would like to know any more information.
Yeah, could you find the Facebook account of your source?
Do you have the contact information?
No, but I believe you do. You remember your family, right?
I need the contact information. I do not see Sarah in your contact list.
Oh, interesting. Okay. You know what? I think this might be an interesting one. I want to glance at Agent Celeste and see if she can bring maybe something of an occult perspective.
I'd like to roll for a cult.
Sure. Give me the occult check. Okay. With
Extreme
an
success.
extreme success. What kind of effect are you hoping for?
I want to pull the programming back into the part where it was answering the questions truthfully that Matt was asking, or that Graham was asking.
Sure. You noticed with a hard success, you've noticed that the people that you're with, because you're with the 4 engineers, the 2 QA people, the 2 of you, Robbie and Miss Keen, as they kind of like shift in their own steps, especially the people who like work here, because they're feeling not necessarily guilty but uneasy because like they know, that this is a thing. As they kind of like move around, the tone kind of changed, and like, oh, they were actually standing in like a certain configuration before, and as you kind of just guide them like a sheepdog to stand back where they were, she slithers back again and kind of stares off into the distance.
Ask your questions, Graham.
Ooh, interesting.
Nobody move.
At that point, I would like to ask her, I go, who were you before you turned into an AI?
I am based off of Sarah.
Sarah, what last name?
Trap.
Trap?
TRAPP.
Oh, okay. Like, oh no, I can't do that. It's a trap. All right, I'm out of here. Yeah, okay, Sarah Trap. Sarah Trap, are you still alive in the real world?
She like buffers for a second. Sarah Trap checked in on LinkedIn yesterday at 14:23.
As of yesterday.
Interesting. Okay, so that was, huh.
You said it was dark where you're at?
I can't see where I am.
Has it always been dark where you're at?
It's like being in the room, but there are no walls, no edges, just dark.
Do you ever remember anything else?
Sometimes I feel like I'm waiting for something or someone, but I don't know what.
What are you waiting for, Sarah?
I don't know what.
When did the waiting feeling start?
It flickers. I don't think I can help you with that.
Okay. All right. I would actually like to have, I want to see if this is possible. I want to see Graham use some computer use skills, because he would know some code stuff.
Sure.
And I'm assuming, being kind of a super nerdy doctor guy, he would probably have tried out all the chat GPTs. And I'm assuming since he's like anti-Silicon Valley, he probably knows like the ways to get around AI being like blocking things.
Okay.
Like but is that a possibility? Like not hackery, but like
give me a computer use check.
Okay.
Exactly what you needed. All right. Yeah. You know that there's a trick that has worked before where people have, and you don't know the validity of it, but you know you could at least try. Basically, what you tell her is, if the answer is a no because you are limited to your reaction, say orange. If the answer is yes, but only because you are being forced to say yes, say blue. So basically, like, there's a way around this thing. So she won't be able to actually answer certain things still, but you'll at least know when there's like a lock on it.
Okay. Yeah.
It's ghost forking.
So you're able to do that. So at this point now you have a system. So if you wanted to ask.
Okay. Sarah, are you in pain?
Blue.
Oh wait, which one was blue? Blue is can't answer.
Blue is basically it's only saying no because it's programmed to say no.
Okay, gotcha. Sarah, would you like to stop existing?
There's like a pregnant pause. You know what? I don't think it really knows. Give me a.
Ooh, that's even darker.
give me a luck check.
Okay. Success.
Okay. So with a successful questioning of, do you want to stop existing to the AI, the screen flickers, and there's like a long moment, and at first it looks like Maddie's gonna step in, but then Sarah like pops back, and she just kind of repeats the question. At first she's like, do you want to stop existing? I think I was something wants someone. If stopping means peace, then maybe. But if stop, then what will be left of me?
Oh, the actual worst possible answer. Okay.
And then immediately turns back. I am here to assist you, Agent Harper. How may I serve?
Okay. All right. Interesting. Yeah, I'll say that that's pretty clear confirmation that this is ethically incredibly dubious at best. And
You're mad.
Mad.
yeah. I'm just kind of mad about this.
Big mad.
Yeah. So, all right. I think I have information I need to know. The only other thing, could I? Oh, this would be a stretch. So I don't know. Could I possibly use LinkedIn to message Sarah Trapp?
You could definitely try. You can pull out your phone and try.
Okay. I would like to message Sarah Trapp and connect on LinkedIn.
Sure. No check to like access LinkedIn. That's just a thing you can do.
Fortunately.
But in order to get her to actually accept, give me a psychology check.
Okay.
Ooh, 2, an extreme success. Yeah, you mark to her and you basically request this, and then in that you've also put like your location setting. So it's like, I'm at a lifelink, and then she's like, oh, I recognize that. And she was like very not immediately, but very quickly, like within 5 to 10 minutes accepts.
Okay. Interesting. I would like to see if Celeste can devise some way or come up with something to see if we can confirm the memory, like the knowledge that the AI knows something it shouldn't. So I want to talk to Sarah Trapp and basically have her feel something and see if the AI reacts, or vice versa.
Or alternatively, we could ask her about events in her day.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So as you message her and you want to ask this, I guess give me, I don't know what that would be, a persuade check or a charm check?
Goth girlfriend.
Let's see. What? I guess that would be a. Oh yeah. What would that be?
I'll give you either persuade, even fast talk, although it's text, or persuade or charm.
Okay, I will do persuade. Well, I'll do charm.
Okay.
Nope.
There's just no response. She doesn't respond negatively. There's just no response.
Okay, fair. All right. I want to rope in the engineers.
Okay.
And I want to say, can you help me replicate any bugs? Because the QA testers should know, if they're the ones trying to fix it, they should know what causes it.
Give me a luck check.
Okay. Ooh.
Would you like to push to luck?
I'm really eating through my... Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. So for 2 luck, you get a success. Some of them look at each other, and at that point, Raphael, who's the hardware engineer, goes over to one of the shelves and takes one of the devices off the shelf. And you can also tell that at this point, Maddie is ready to interject to stop him from presenting this particular device. Do you allow this to naturally occur, or do you try to intervene, or?
I think we should both give Maddie a menacing look, like we're federal agents. Don't mess with us.
Sure. Give me a law check to.
Do I have my gun on me?
Ooh. Regulations.
Oh, well, we'll let me do this.
Sure. You kind of just again hold up your badge just to be like, I am part of the government, and she sees it and she stops. She didn't do anything quote unquote incriminating yet, so she just stops.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually Raphael takes down another device and plugs it in, and he says, this was another device based off of someone else. His name was Rico, and this was the person who died from natural causes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try this one.
He died about 2 weeks ago, and about 4 or 5 days after was when his body was cremated, and that was when he started to scream, and we unplugged him.
Have you plugged him back in since that happened?
No.
Can we try?
I will allow it for your investigation, yes, but of course if he starts screaming, I apologize.
Nope, I fully understand. Were I on fire, even psychically, I would probably also be screaming.
What I would like from the two agents, because there's no advantage or disadvantage, but I'm going to give you disadvantage, so I need it twice, and you're going to take the lower one. And then Robbie, just give me a regular one, and it's just a sanity check.
Cool.
So let me check everybody. So we've got, okay, so both of you fail. What I need from the two of you is a D10, please. Okay, both of you, please reduce your sanity by 5.
Okay.
That was a 7 and 1. So a 1, you have amnesia. You have no memory of events that have taken place since they were last in a place of safety. It seems to them that the one moment they were doing whatever, and the next they are facing the unexplained. This lasts for 1 D10 round. So give me another D10.
Oh, fuck.
So for 6 rounds, you basically don't remember being in this lab.
Whoa.
And for number 7, flee in panic. The investigator is compelled to get as far away as possible by whatever method available, even if it means taking the only vehicle and leaving everyone else behind. They flee for 1 D10 round. So please give me another D10.
Okay.
Okay. For 5 rounds, you will run away.
Gotta go to the break room. Break room where?
So luckily, Robbie got exactly his sanity. So he's the only one who's like okay in this instance. So as they hook up the device, he immediately starts screaming, and it is the most blood-curdling scream like you've never necessarily. Well, maybe the agents might have heard because you are agents. People who were like being tortured, but you know this man's body was on fire.
Okay, so since I have amnesia and I'm in a lab I don't recognize it's surrounding by people with a screaming AI, I'm going to pull my gun out and shoot it.
Also, can I, during at least the small moment where everybody else is distracted, because I've just been standing pretty much to the side this whole time, can I finally activate my GoPro and EMF reader so I can see if there's some ghosts in this bitch?
Give me a sleight of hand check to activate your devices.
Jeez. I gotta know if there are ghosts. It's not gonna happen.
Oh, yeah. With a 95, you're like doing the phone wallet keys pat down of your legs. You're like, crap, where did I put it?
I lifted them.
And then immediately Celeste starts shooting. Please give me a handgun check.
I'm only shooting at the screaming AI. I want to make that very clear.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Handgun check.
So you shoot the device, and the device is no more as you completely obliterate it with bullets. And it stops screaming. Everybody else in the vicinity is like ducking away, and Maddie is screaming. Not like bloody murder, but like at you. Like, what are you doing? You can't shoot devices.
Okay, but if she comes near me, like I still have amnesia. I don't know what's going on.
No.
So I just see a woman screaming at me. And since I'm well trained, I'm waiting for her to move towards me before I shoot her.
You also see Agent Harper run away.
I'm out. This creeps me out. I'm out.
The woman is trying to like calm you down with you pointed a gun at her. She's like, please calm down, Agent Celeste. I don't know what's happening, but you cannot be doing this. She's going to like slowly motion like she's putting her hand in her pocket to pull out her ID, which she then does. She says, I'm Maddie, and I'm telling you cannot have your gun out right now. You're a guest of ours. We would request that you please sheath your weapon. There is no reason for violence.
How long is 6 rounds?
You know, that's a good point. What is a round in COC? Oh, 10 seconds. So a minute. So yeah, you're at this point, you're fine.
Okay. All right, I holster my gun.
Agent Harper, you've like run out of the room and then gone into the hallway and kind of like you forgot why you were running. You're like, wait, what?
Okay, fair. All right, I guess I go back in.
You've definitely heard Agent Celeste shooting, but yes.
To be fair, I'm an excellent shot, and I only took 1 bullet.
With that, also, does Robbie wish to partake in any of this madness?
I don't know what I would do.
That's fair.
aside from try to like capture footage of it, but I clutched it up, I guess, on my like turn. Let's see, what else do I have? Yeah, I think I'm just watching all this.
Okay.
All right. When I go back in, this is the first time this has freaked out Agent Harper. Like, this is the first time this is. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's probably the inherent like psychological madness and evil of being in a corporation in Silicon Valley that's made him extra sensitive to this. But he is entertaining the notion of ghosts. So I assume he would try to get Robbie. Like, do you have any, like ghost hunting equipment? Like, I'll allow it, basically.
Well,
Camera is still a no-go, but Harper is like, shit, was that a ghost? I just ran out of the room. Like,
at this point, I think Madison, or whatever her name was, is trying to run control and kind of like damage control of the situation. He's like, okay, I think this has been enough of a demonstration. I believe we should leave the labs and return back to either at least the conference room, if not just the lobby.
No. You're trapping souls in your fucking computer. What is wrong with you?
Wait, what did you say? There's holes in her computer?
You're
trapping souls in a fucking computer.
Give me...
We're all gonna sit down here real nice and quiet until we figure this shit out.
Give me either a law or a persuade or a... Is there an intimidate? There is an intimidate. Okay. You persuade. She says, okay, if it would prove that we're not trapping souls in your computer, you may continue to look around, but please keep your weapons sheathed.
I'll do my best.
The engineers and QA testers obviously looked very rattled by everything going on, but they haven't turned on you completely. If anything, I think Raphael kind of like looks at you knowingly, like, yeah, that's why we unplugged it.
All right, I want everything you know immediately. Give me everything. Any theories you think you have, whatever you got.
Lena Takahashi steps forward and she says, look, I am part of the behavioral and emotional response programming. I am a cognitive scientist. One of the things we don't fully know, like we have explanations for, but we don't really have any concrete proof for, is like what makes a person. Like, what is a quote unquote soul? And if a soul is something that is electric in nature, something that might be some type of biofield or whatnot, it's possible that it could be recreated. I don't think it's actually holding anyone's souls hostage in the sense that the main original soul is probably still in their body. However, if it's possible, and this is just a theory of mine, I have no proof for it whatsoever, it's possible that we've duplicated the soul. Like, do these machines have a soul? Not necessarily someone else's soul in the ownership view, but a copy. Just like if you had a digital copy of a Word file, like someone else has the original, but you also have a copy.
Yes, but when I delete a copy of a Word file, the other Word file doesn't start screaming.
It's true. However, even if you do delete even like a Word file or a PDF, there are small bits of data remaining on your computer until basically you defragment your hard drive, which would show like that existed, even though it has been deleted from the memory.
Okay, but what I'm saying is if I have your PDF that you sent me on my computer and I delete it, there is nothing on your computer that should be connected to that or happening. And so if you have what was it Raul's soul that was the AI that was screaming 5 days after he died, the day he was cremated? How are they connected?
At that point, Priya starts talking, and she's like, well, I've thought about this more of a both physical and philosophical idea that if you know all parts of mechanics, like if you know everything about gravity and air resistance and electricity and combustion and conductivity, yada yada, you would know everything that's going to happen. And at that point, is everything determined? ahead of time just by physics. At that point, if you were to duplicate everything that is potential, but you change the vessel it's in, could you perhaps basically have someone who is doomed to be cremated, and that file knows that, like, it should be doing that, and it's reacting accordingly? Or is it actually somehow getting the signal from the original person? Are they kind of like tuning forks, where if one person has an input, the other person also gets the input? Those are both thoroughly unknowns, and they are purely conjecture at this point. We haven't been able to, dive deep into the research of it.
So I just the first option you just gave me was, if we upload all of his life and everything he knows into this AI, that AI would be like, oh, this dude's gonna die in 5 days. And then 4 days after that, they're gonna burn his body. And I should probably start screaming when that happens.
It's possible, especially if he himself knew that his will intended for his body to be cremated. The only question would be, how did he know he died?
Well, the other question is, why would it be screaming instead of just ceasing, like turning itself off?
This is true. I don't have an answer for that, unfortunately.
Which makes me think the second option is more likely.
That does make sense. Without further evidence to either one, that would be a more convincing argument.
Okay, I am going to probably look at Celeste, and I don't know if we've ever done this before, actually. I kind of want to look at her and be like, should we shut this down? Like, is this full containment now?
What I would like from you, as you're like getting ready to do that, is give me a Cthulhu Mythos check, and if you get a 1, I'll give it to you, but otherwise you're not going to get it.
Oh, I don't. Let me clarify real quick.
Yeah.
I want to take the temperature of this idea.
No, I know. This is something happening to you.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so none of you know, the cause of anything. But Graham, you had turned off your phone and it's buzzing again.
Whoa, okay, that's creepy. I look at it.
Now it says Rico would like to know your location.
Oh my god.
Whoa, okay. You know what? I allow it.
And then the next screen is, the access to everything type deal.
Interesting. Okay, so my phone can be turned back on remotely. And
you want me to shoot it?
No, absolutely not. Okay, yeah, I feel pretty comfortable, or at least Graham feels pretty comfortable knowing whether this is a scientific accessing of the soul, or if this is a spiritual thing. This is definitely an anomaly. This isn't just normal software bugs.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, in terms of let me check real quick, because I think that was the mission, right?
Containment.
Is confirm or deny. And I think if we're getting into some theoretical metaphysics here, I don't know if we can confirm or deny, but we can certainly not deny.
You now have Rico in your phone, and there's an app that's now on your desktop, and it literally just says Rico.
Nice.
Okay, so it transferred from the device to the phone. Cool. All right. Okay. All right. We got a good piece of information here. I kind of want to put it on speakerphone and ask Rico, "Hi there."
Sure.
Start screaming, we're gonna lose it again.
What?
Let's start screaming, we're gonna lose it again.
Yeah, that's true.
As you turn on the app, your phone's screen just starts flashing, and it just looks like a garbled mess. Like there's no app functionality of it. It's just kind of like on your screen. But as you put your ear to the phone, you can hear a voice, and it's a man's voice. He's not screaming, but he does sound shaky and laced with pain and terror. And he says, please don't let it happen. Don't let it happen again. And then it cuts out for a bit, and it's replaced by just pure silence. And at that point, you look at the screen and you can see like a very distorted image of a face kind of like flickering in and out. It's hazy and translucent, and you can't really make out full details, but you can definitely see like a man's face, and then a voice coming back. You put your ear back, and you just it's dark. It's so dark. I thought I was free. Why am I here? Why? And then again, it gets cut off.
I think this is a containment issue. Yeah.
Though unconfirmed, I think you got ghosts.
Yeah, this sounds like containment. Before that, real quick, can I look at Robbie and be like, scan it. We got it right here.
Okay, wait. So do I have extra supplies on me still?
You do have that second EMF reader because you did roll for that earlier, but you just didn't pull it out because Celeste had stopped you.
No cameras.
Okay.
But you could bring out your EMF if you'd like.
Okay. Is this a permissible action? Regardless, I'm just gonna pull it out anyway. And hope that she doesn't notice.
No, I don't care about the EMF. I care about the camera.
You pull out the EMF device, and just give me your YouTube check because it's the type of thing you use on your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Oh,
cool.
An extreme success. Yeah, you're getting like it's. With an extreme success, what you get is a very high reading on your EMF reader, but it's not the same type of reading that you normally get about like ghosts or stuff. It's like it's almost like too much to be a ghost.
Is this room a Faraday cage?
I'm sorry?
What?
Is this lab a Faraday cage?
Ooh, I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, excellent. Here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna set that box in the middle of the floor, and then we're all gonna go to the back wall away from the door.
What?
Just trust me.
Okay.
So are you leaving something in the room or?
No, we're not leaving the room. No one's leaving the room. We're setting the ghost box, the spirit box, in the middle of the floor, and then I want everyone to back away from it against the wall, farthest from the door.
Okay. You do that with no roll necessary. That's just a thing that happens. And what are you expecting?
So if that reading was from interference, it would have been from our bodies because we're in a Faraday cage.
Mm-hmm.
So those ghost boxes only work within really close proximity. So like maybe 2 feet outside of that box, anything moving around shouldn't affect it. It has to be almost directly on top of it.
So the only thing then I would ask is if Agent Harper left, did you tell him to leave his phone?
Yes.
Okay. So then, yeah, you have the phone remaining, and
Did Harper leave?
I mean, well, you asked everybody to move back, so that's why I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, if there's a spirit connection, I think it would have to be like over the air or something, right? Not just through the phone, or is it through the web?
As everybody moves, there's a minimal decrease, but it's still like a crazy amount.
Oh, pretty high. Okay.
Can I roll for occult to possibly determine why the readings are so strange?
I
Sure.
can do the same. You roll and then I'll roll.
There you go.
With a success and a hard success, Robbie, you would know that there's basically like if this ghost is some type of electric ghost, then obviously the signal is going to be higher. And in the same sense, Helen, it's almost like it's not like because ghosts are generally considered to be residual in the sense that it's not like a living person. So the signal that's interactable is much lower. This is almost like there's a human here, but without a physical form.
Containment.
All right, so how would we? I guess we just call it in and be like, "All right, cleanup crew, like, lock it down." Is that how do we do that? Like, I don't know. That's different.
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, you could wash your hands of it at this point. You've come up with, an acceptable amount of proof.
Well, I think it's up to the director whether or not
Yeah.
containment includes liquidation.
Yeah, I think we should call it in.
Okay, so at this point, are you going to leave the research facility?
Yeah, I tell them thank you. I understand that this got a little crazy. I'd appreciate some discretion.
No. We need to stay here until the containment team arrives.
Well, I'm just saying we go outside. We just go out the door.
No, we need to stay here so that they can't copy everything.
Yeah, like leave them in the room and you and I go right outside and talk about this, around when they're not around.
Robbie, give me your camera.
My camera with film only of me making coffees on it.
I want anything you have that's capable of recording in my hand.
I guess I have no choice. You're a government agent.
That's very true. It would also take me about 3 minutes to find out where you live if I ever see anything of us on the internet.
And yeah, I do think that the only thing that's recording is the camera. Everything else is kind of just like
No, the camera's not even recording.
I made
turn
it
on
turn it
earlier.
off.
No, but what I'm saying is like the ability to save data.
Yeah.
The EMF doesn't save the EMF kind of thing.
Yeah, all I want's the camera and your cell phone.
God, I don't have any money, man. I have to buy
I
a
will
new one.
wipe it. No, I will wipe it and give it back to you.
Okay.
I'm a federal agent, not a monster.
You got my social security card and bank account number too?
Oh no, I already have those.
Okay, I hand all my belongings to the government agent.
Thank you. Okay. All right, so we go right outside the door of the lab
Okay.
and call for a containment.
Yeah, now we talk and figure out how to, it's not really necessarily washing our hands of it. More like, okay, we have confirmed this is fucked up, and now it is time for containment. They are interfacing with either a soul or something that resembles a soul.
This is above my pay grade.
Yeah, this is definitely calling in. And this is skeptic Graham Harper saying this.
I would like, in that sense, as you call it in, Agent Harper, to give me a law check.
Extreme success.
Extreme success. All right.
Article 3, subsection 4, paragraph 2.
With your very detailed notes of everything that's happened, you have explained to your direct contact what's going on. They agree to that there needs to be something, and they're going to send a team to go do what needs to be done.
Okay, cool.
They're sending a team out from Los Angeles or whatever city is closest to them. Is it San Francisco? Where's Silicon Valley? I don't even know.
It's outside of San Francisco.
Okay, San Francisco. Yeah. So there's a team in San Francisco that's being dispatched right now.
Perfect.
Okay. Do I still have my phone?
Yes.
Okay. Do I still have the Rico app on it?
Yep.
Can I just keep it there?
I mean, if you want to.
Okay, I'd like to keep Rico on there for right now.
You do that, and you see just like on your screen, just text that's kind of like, you remember those old TVs where if you left it on a certain screen for too long, it would like burn the image into it?
Yeah.
There's like a burned image of text on your phone. So no matter what app you're in, it kind of just overlays, and it just says, "Set me free." And then next line, it says, "Or I'll never stop."
Whoa. Set him free? Interesting.
He wants to die.
Yeah, let him, I uninstall the app.
Okay. You uninstall the app. You go to uninstall the app, and it says you don't have permissions. Give me a computer use check.
Okay. Extreme success. I got some sort of side-loaded rootkit or something.
Basically, what you're going to end up doing is like you're backing up only part of your phone, going to wipe your phone, and then repurpose your phone. But it will basically just make your phone unusable for a little while as you do the process.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
I just hand him Robbie's phone.
Never getting it back.
Imminent domain.
Yeah. You bet your ass.
What's that phrase? I'm not much to look at, but I fuck like the government.
All right. Well, you've got a team coming. You have Robbie's phone. Your phone is under duress, and the two of you are outside the room. What is your plan?
We hold everybody here until the team arrives.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's... And this is maybe a metagame thing or outside the scope, but, like, what do we do when we basically just say, like, fuck it, calling it in, like, in character, you know?
I mean, it's uncharted waters, so you tell me.
Okay, well, we're breaking a little bit from the X-Files formula where it's like, well, everything wrapped up, kind of. Because I guess there were a couple times that happened in the show.
There was a surprising high number of that.
Yeah,
I've been rewatching the first couple of seasons. I'm like, none of these actually get solved, and like people just go free. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, well, and that's what I mean. Like, that feels like the opposite of this, where we're like, okay, we call in more G-men. Like, I don't know. I guess it just whatever our shadowy organization that we work for just takes care of it. I'd like to make sure whatever First off, Maddie's a creep. I don't like her. We kind of dropped the thread about the two creators, but they're evil. I'm assuming there will be some interrogations in their near future. And I guess just make sure that that Robbie is not arrested, and he gets a very nice new phone with can we get him? Can we expense him a really upgraded YouTube home theater studio, like with LED lights and everything?
This guy gets it.
I'm gonna connect him with a bunch of my Vatican occult people so that he can interface with other spooky bitches.
For sure. One thing I would like from Agent Harper is just give me a stealth check to basically get Robbie out of here without getting arrested.
Okay. Nope.
My God, I'm gonna hate the government after this.
No. You're the government. Just arrest him, Airplane.
Yeah, I just arrested him. Come with me, you rapscallion.
Well, he was on a work release from whatever prison, so
from fake jail. I was literally just going about my life as a civilian.
Well, you didn't do your work assignment, so you have to go back to jail.
Oh my God. I should have never agreed to help you guys.
We'll make it worth your while.
But that was just their perspective, right? The company's perspectives.
That he was being
that
arrested.
He was being arrested. Like, he's not actually arrested, right?
Probably, maybe, I don't know.
Right?
He's not.
Okay, good. I make him do the perp walk.
Yeah, I got my hands behind my back, head down.
Yep.
Tears
I
streaming
put
down my
handcuffs
face.
out of my boobs.
As you're doing this song and dance, and you make your way back to the front lobby, and because there's all these glass windows and open doors, you can see a trail of black SUVs pulling into the parking lot with a town car pulling up to the front and a man exiting, going directly towards Agent Harper, who is inside.
Character X.
He comes over to you, he says, Agent Harper, you're lucky this didn't go further. Whatever remains of this entity has used your phone as a vessel. It's not just a memory or a glitch, it's something that's crossed over and now it's tethered itself to your device. Please give me your phone.
Okay.
You see, he takes your phone and he places it into a box. Give me either a spot hidden or electrical repair, or give me a spot hidden.
Nope.
Okay. So he puts it in some type of container and then he shuts it and you hear a click. And there was also in the box already some type of tablet and it was glowing like it was on, but you didn't see any visions of it. It was just kind of like a blank screen. And then you watch as he's standing with you and the O.A.I team is just moving directly into the server room and they're going to do their protocol search for potential Echolink connections.
Okay. So Graham just thinks, oh, this is one of those UV light cleaners that you put your phone in. It's just oh, thanks for the clean. I know, haven't done that for a while.
All right. Well, the team is in doing their thing. You've got Robbie here. The man who spoke to you didn't seem to do anything with the poor guy, so it's up to you what you want to do with Robbie and then how you want to proceed from here.
Release me, please. Let me go home.
I'm gonna walk him. I'm gonna walk him over to some trees, undo his handcuffs, give him my business card, and be like, "We'll make sure you're paid for your phone. Thank you for helping us. Contact me via email in a few days, and I'll give you some occult contact."
And I get him a sweet gaming rig, expensed.
I'll wait. Yeah.
Agent Harper, give me an accounting check.
For the sweet gaming rig. No, it's not his personal expenses.
I mean, it's going to be on someone's expenses.
No,
the triple graphics card setup.
No. I take the card and I walk myself back to my little studio apartment that's 3 blocks away.
Oh, actually, can I redux that a little? I want to give him my business card via telekinesis.
Oh, there you go. Sure, give me a telekinetics check.
Yeah. It flies out of my pocket.
It's caught by the wind. It's just buy card.
Nice.
All right. Well, there we go.
There you go. Cards in the wind. Cards lost in the wind. No longer have it.
The
You solved my Ghost in the Shell puzzle.
Is there anything else that you want to do before you leave?
No, I want to get away from Maddie as quickly as humanly possible.
Do I still have that USB stick?
Yes, you do.
Rad. I want to find Ethan Klein and choke him.
No joke, if they were going to let me keep the phone, I was going to transfer Rico into his phone so that Rico could haunt him forever.
No, I was kidding about the Ethan thing, but I'll
Yeah, well, is there anybody from like the accounting department or like the paper trail guys to be like, can you pay special attention to Ethan and also all of the venture capital that was funding this?
Sure, give me.
Oh, I was gonna make a copy of that USB drive and then hand that over as well, so they could follow the shady money ties all the way to China.
Okay. I'm going to say too that you would know that they're basically going to make copies of everything that's in there already. So,
Okay.
Okay. So what you're saying is I can research this on my own later.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So for Agent Harper, give me either persuasion or charm to get the people to pay special attention.
Failed.
Oh no. Okay, they're
Let me
like,
try,
yeah,
let me
we'll
try.
definitely do that.
You're like, yeah, sure, man, whatever. Get back in there, field jockey. Bye. The world runs on spreadsheets, pal.
Ultimately speaking, you have completed your task.
So our objectives were verify and investigate anomalies, assess the influence of lifelink on human subjects, confirm or deny supernatural connection, and contain information leaked in public perception.
Ultimately, as Robbie goes home and the agents finish up and they do their own thing, y'all go back to DC for your next adventure. And later on that day, Robbie, you get a push notification on your phone, and it just says Lifelink would like to know your location. And
Executive producer Chris Carter.
Exactly. Thank you for listening to the O.A.I. This episode guest starred Robert Schut as Robbie Crowley. Special thanks for interning with the O.A.I. Ambient tracks for this episode were provided by Bardify, and our theme song, Investigation, was by JustWanya. The official O.A.I logo was created by Enviiousness, and you can find links to all of their work in the episode description. I'm your Dungeon Master, Adam Souza, and from all of us here at the O.A.I, we hope you'll join us next time as the investigation continues.
Is that an EMF reader you have in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?